Hello, gentle viewers. This is Vindian, welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 18. Our last season as the Browns didn't go so great, but we added a brand new catcher, Sam West, who should provide a spark to the team with the retirement of Jack Saltzgaber, and we'll have to see what happens. So we have 2 more seasons as the manager and general manager of the St. Louis Browns. The owner loves me right now, but it is worth considering what happens. We're going to let Mike Mueller's contract expire. We're going to try to find a new team trainer. This is another thing, by the way, I wish they did a little bit better job of explaining. But I do like how they break it down here. And he's really good. Actually, he's really good at healing arms. You know what? Bob Feller is the key to our success, so I will go ahead and keep him. $4,800. He makes the second most of anyone on the team. Did anyone sign Lou Fonseca? Oh, he actually went and retired. No. It was bound to happen. He had a really good career with me. He even had a pretty nice year at the age of 38, but he just couldn't play defense anymore, and his bat wasn't good enough to carry him. This is life. Onward and upward. Boop. Off to a pretty decent start. Day to day for Woody English. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. What was that? 2000 for Archie Vaughn. Very nice. Stupid Paul Derringer. Bill Dickey? Is Joe Gordon the second baseman who played for a long time? Yeah. Joe Gordon was a Hall of Famer too. Larry French. Yeah. Yeah, of course they call up Stan Musial. They'd be stupid not to. It's one of the reasons why I love when Coco Crisp was picked by the Indians. And the fact that he took Stan Musial's batting stance. I thought that was very nice. Man, why are the Senators so good? Who do they have? They have Eno Slaughter and Johnny Barrett. And Zeke Banura. Johnny Rigney. Dizzy Dean. Okay. 3 weeks. I don't even care, Sauer. Your injuries are getting on my nerves. I bet I could get a king's ransom for Sauer. Oh! What you just heard is the end of our season. That's what happens when you have someone pitch 300 innings. Shit. I am putting him on the DL, aren't I? Oh, I guess I'm not. That would have been embarrassing if I would have cut him. So... pitching-wise, George Jenkins is the next most ready. Alright. So it's going to be Al McClain is the number 3 starter for now. And I guess we make George Jenkins the starter. How is he as a hitter, by the way? He's garbage. Well, that's fine. George Jenkins, welcome to the major leagues. I hope you don't screw up. Damn. There goes our chances of making the World Series this year. Well, this team just rallies behind Larry French. That was the only possible injury we could not have survived. And look, we got shut. Oh, okay. It wasn't both of us getting shut out. Let's delete them all. I think Chuck Connors was on the Rifleman. I could look it up, but I'm too lazy. Yeah, deal with it, Al McLean. We don't know when he's coming back. Well, I kind of want to trade Sowers. I kind of really want to do it. Unless he's like crushing the ball this season. I'll tell you what, mate. If you have double-digit homers or close to it, I'll keep you. Otherwise, I'm going to try to trade you. Because he's young and he's exciting. And I might get a decent package for him. Yeah, we're getting shut. We got shut out twice in a row. Sigh. Oh, Phillies GM. Oh. Lou Boudreau got Player of the Week. Larry French was Pitcher of the Month. Alright, let's look at our team. No, I don't care about the schedule. I mean, I do care about the schedule, but it's actually team statistics. We're still dominating in pitching, and we're actually doing really well in offense. We're doing a bang-up job all around, I'd say. Still 5th in homers. Still never found that 30-homer guy. Yeah, Sauer's hitting too many homers to be kicked off the team. Sauer's actually our second best player. Oh, well. Bill Hart's not hitting that great. Alright. Up to the All-Star team announcements. McLean gets a shutout. Mate, we're in second place. Wow, Bob Feller still got voted onto the team even though he's injured. Larry French is 17-1 at the All-Star break. Holy shit. Lou Boudreau made his first All-Star team. Bruce Campbell made another All-Star team. Good work, gentlemen. Sam West. Good work. How many... But he's got a pace to win like 40 games. 33. That's insane. Okay. No, I ain't gonna complain. Alright, I'm gonna keep Sauer. He's actually kind of driving our offense this season. Bloody Senators. I don't think we have a chance. We needed to do more than split a series. We need to like sweep series from them. Or sweep series from them. Actually, we just swept the A's. I still hate them for having Stan Musial, though. 3 weeks for Woody English, that's gonna hurt. A trade proposal, you say? What do you want? You'll give me a fairly decent second baseman in exchange for Ken Richardson, who's also decent, and you want Morris Scollin, too. If you want Scollin, I want more. You have nothing in terms of prospects. Would you give me Charlie Gehringer? I could give you Ken Sears, but no, I don't think it's worth it. I'll drop Scollin, and you drop Gehringer. What can I give you instead of Scaff? Or the one guy. You want Moncrief? You can have Moncrief. And then, do you have any interesting prospects? I'll even take like a 40 or 45 if they're interesting in some way. Garbage. You have potential. Would you throw in George Koval? You don't want much for him. And will you throw in Mel Hicks? It's going to be a really big... Yeah, you really like Mel Hicks. Okay. I'll take this deal. It was a good trade for us. And I didn't give up Scollin, which I really didn't want to do. Who did I just acquire? Scaff and George Koval. Yeah, Bill Hart is not doing well. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in Scaff. We'll see how he handles second base for the rest of the season. That'll give what's-his-face one more year in the minors to develop. That was a good win-now type trade. Scaff at least adds some offensive competence that what's-his-face did not. And he draws walks, which I always admire. Another trade proposal. Pinky Higgins is an amazing second baseman. A frankly terrible third baseman. Lewis Lowe and Sam West. I really like the idea of getting a player like Pinky Higgins. What if I drop Sam West? Okay, yeah, you definitely want something fairly good. Okay, let's try to build this trade. Alright, so what can I offer him? I have lots of third basemen. Okay. Nick Gregory. William Justice. Okay, those aren't budging his needle. Clyde Reed. That just puts West back on the table. No. Not worth it. Are you, like, actually a pitcher, maybe? No, you're just genuinely a bad player. I love the idea of acquiring Pinky Higgins. I just can't afford him. I'm not willing to give up my one elite asset and my catcher. All right. We're not going to the playoffs. Unless Washington melts down, which they might. I mean, all it takes is 1 or 2 injuries, and they could be in as bad a shape as I am. That's pretty crazy, by the way, that Bob Feller is still number 2 in the league in strikeouts. Despite the fact he hasn't pitched in a very long time. Personal message. I'm not going to put him on the DL because I don't have a replacement outfielder anyway, but that did it. Bruce Campbell's kind of been the heart and soul of this offense. And we're gonna finish with a strong record, but we're not making the playoffs unless everyone in Washington gets hurt. Yeah, they're running away with it this season. Frickin' Senators. I don't think hamsters eat peanuts, Bobby Wilson. Maybe they do. Yeah, we finish in ignominious third place. That's a real shame, actually. We just wasted a brilliant season where, let's be frank, Larry French did everything he could to drag this team into first place. Well, there's actually still a whole other month to the season. We're still not going to win. It's a real shame because Larry French has been just obscene this season. Another 8 months? Oh, shit. What the hell, man? I extend my team trainer and all of a sudden Bob Feller's arm falls off? Oh, Bob Feller's not in the top 5 strikeouts anymore. Nah, Larry French won't lead the league in strikeouts, so he won't get a Triple Crown. Unless, is it pitching Triple Crown wins ERA and innings pitched or wins ERA and strikeouts? I don't remember. I think it's wins ERA and strikeouts, though. I don't think it's innings pitched. Maybe it ought to be. 30 wins for Larry French. Nice work. Nice work. We've actually got boatloads of time, so we're actually going to try to squeeze in the off-season in this episode, too. Even if it runs a little bit long. Okay. Let's finish the bloody playoffs. I mean, no one was beating Washington this season, but damn. DAMMMM. With Bob Feller, I think maybe we go to the World Series again. You know, we'd actually have to evaluate the roster. Who's retiring? Johnny Niggling and Frank Gruby. Oh no. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Oh no. Damn, the Pirates swept your ass. Oh, snap. Why do you keep saying that's a very good score? That was an amazing score. Man, whatever. Oh, you get a new team owner. He sold the team. Max Bishop retired. And a bunch of players I don't care about retired. So what went right this season? Hank Sauer took a big step forward, hitting 28 homers. And how was his defense? Pretty damn good. Lou Boudreau turned in another very fine season. It looks like we're not going to see like MVP quality seasons from Lou Boudreau, but he's just going to be really solid all the time. Bruce Campbell is actually having one of his best years in some time before he got hurt. Sam West was brilliant. Woody English. He's getting a little worse each year. George McQuinn, another good year. Not brilliant, but good. Scaff was kind of meh. Dick Schott's officially a lost cause. He's had one great season, and we need a new outfielder of some nature. What do we got going on in free agency? Can I get a Dick Schott replace? Oh, hello, Dick Bartell. How does a player with this level of capability hit the open? Gimme. I will make you my starting second baseman so quickly your head spins. I don't even care how much money you want. You won't be playing shortstop for now. Wow. Oh, right. Yeah. We still need Bob Feller back. But acquiring an elite level second baseman and getting rid of Scaff, who wasn't bad, but you know. Maybe we'll try to flip Scaff and see if I can get something for him. Maybe I just keep him for a bit and let him ride the pine. If French doesn't win Cy Young, I will murder someone. I don't know who, but someone. Oh, no Gold Gloves for me. Jim Turner, another Reliever of the Year award. Silver Slugger, nobody. Stan Musial. That's got to be Larry French. Yeah, it is. Damn, he was awesome. Nice work. 340 innings pitched. And the MVP was Ted Williams again. Oh, yeah. Alright, first of all, mate, you're playing second base. But other than that, I hope you're still cool with it. Yeah. Oh, this is so good. This is the leadoff hitter we've wanted for a while, I think. Okay. So if Feller is healthy, and we have this now elite second baseman, I think we've got a second World Series title as a possibility. Wouldn't that be something? To have a Friday 2 weeks in a row lead to a World Series title? I'd be pretty excited about that. Maybe you would be too. I don't know. We've been really good these last few years. Now, the real big question is going to be, are we going to get a young player to add in the draft that's actually someone exciting? And until we bottom out, the problem with consistently successful teams is that they're victimized in the draft. And as I said in previous seasons, the draft is the only real way to add young talent. But short of openly tanking, I don't know what we could do. And I'm not going to tank. And flags fly forever. And I'm certainly not complaining about the fact that we've been successful these last few seasons. I just wish we would make it to the World Series again. Even if we lost. But I'd want to win. But Washington was just everything this season. Even with Larry French literally pitching like 5 pitchers almost. I did not look at my pitchers this season, did I? To see how well the other ones did. I got so excited about Larry French, I totally forgot about the other pitchers on my staff. Let's take a look, actually. How did my pitching staff do? Mel Harder had a good season. Fellers was still pretty damn solid. McLean had another good season. You know, you're turning into a nice little number 3 starter. You're putting in a lot of innings. And you're holding down the fort. Mel Harder was outright victimized this season by the losses he suffered. How close is he to like Hall of Fame worthy? Pitching stats, here we go. Not very. If he pitched for another 10 years, he might be. But he's not there yet. Alright. Hall of Fame. Okay. Lefty Grove in real life won over 300 games and made the Hall of Fame. Same for Gabby Hartnett. Do you have very many catchers in the Hall of Fame? I'll actually give him a vote just because we need catchers. Jakey May. I don't really think he's that Hall-worthy, but I'll still vote for him just because he used to play for me. Johnny Jughandle Johnny. Riggs Stevenson had a very fine career. Definitely Hall of Fame worthy. Let's vote. And on to the draft. Yeah, so far I haven't seen anything about them, including anything like World War II. Which is a shame, but, you know, it's also understandable. So it might be about time to start talking about the end of OOTP 18, because I believe OOTP 19 comes out on the 22nd. And as soon as that comes out, I'm probably not going to want to play 18 for much longer. So I'd be interested to hear people's thoughts in the comments about things that you might like to see. Just maybe like shorter series. We'll also have to see what happens. I might get fired if I don't bring us back to the World Series. Who are the top players in this year's draft? Bobby Thompson. Al Rosen, there's a Hall of Famer for you. Red Schoendienst, also Hall of Famer, maybe not totally deserving. It's a decent class. But I guarantee you that none of these really good players will make it, I don't think. Damn, the Phillies got picks 1 and 3. I mean, poop. Alright. So there's 150 overall player left. And I don't see why he's worth that much. He's got really good stamina, but his actual pitching is nothing to write home about. What do we do here? I'm thinking George Wilson. Can George Wilson play shortstop that effectively? He's pretty decent. You know what? I'm going to take George Wilson. Who else we got? Glenn Elliott, meh. Harry Perkowski, interesting. Yeah, I can take a good reliever. Oh, he really wants to go to college. Never mind. I ain't gonna pay extra for it. And Ted Beard. And then go ahead and finish the draft. Let's have you finish the draft. Negotiate. You can have it. I'll do the same for Beard. I'll go ahead and just sign him. Retinue. Hockenberry. He might develop into something. And I am a bit thin on catchers. Leonard Morrison plays a good shortstop and hits decently. There's a lot of value in that. And Cliff Fannin could be a bullpen guy, so I'll sign him too. I'm making a lot of signings this season. Normally I don't sign this many. And yeah, now we're getting into the garbage tier. So I will conclude. So we're going to go up to opening day, since we're technically out of time already. And we'll stop there. And I'll set up rosters and stuff next season. Or next episode. Let's see if we can't bring home one more title for the Bruins. I'll have some coaching decisions to make next season too. Like who I want to keep, who I want to get rid of. That was weird. My lights just flickered a little bit. That was quite strange. Buddy Rozar is clearly not Bernie Kosar wearing a uniform and a fake mustache. And also born like 20 years before Bernie Kosar was actually born. I hope the Cleveland Browns get a better quarterback this season. I'll be curious to see what they do in the draft. Come on, OOTP. A football game would be a license to print money because there is no good football sim on the market. Let's see here. Stevenson, Ayers, and Heilman all made it. Good showings for Gabby Hartnett and Bill Terry. Wow, Baby Doll Jacobson is still on the market. I feel really bad for Carl Mays, actually. He had a very strange career. So for those of you that don't know baseball history very well, the Indians had a player named Ray Chapman. And Ray Chapman was a shortstop. And one day, Carl Mays, who pitched for the Red Sox at the time, threw a pitch that hit Ray Chapman directly in the head. And this was before there were batting helmets. And so, according to reports of the day, like, his skull got caved in. And there was blood spurting everywhere. And he died. The last player to die in a Major League uniform during a baseball game was Ray Chapman. And after that, everyone had to use batting helmets. And Carl Mays didn't do it on purpose. No one will believe that for even 1/10 of 1 second that he did it on purpose. But it shook him so badly he was never the same pitcher. And a lot of people thought he had truly elite pitching talent and he just was never the same again. So it ruined his career, and of course it unfortunately killed poor Ray Chapman. And this was in the middle of the 1920 season. And the Indians were like, we need a new shortstop. And they found this kid named Joe Sewell. And Joe Sewell was super nervous because he was replacing a really good player. But he knew he'd never be able to come up with him. And a player for the Indians at the time, and for the life of me, I don't remember who it was. I wish I remembered the rest, but that part of the story. But he just looked at him and he says, Joe, Chappie's looking down on you and he's proud of you. And the Indians actually won the World Series that year. The Indians won the World Series in 1920. The same year that Ray Chapman died. And the first time I read about that in a book, a Cleveland Indians history book, it actually made me cry. Just this idea of this horrible tragedy and the team coming together and winning the World Series. Just an amazing story. There's actually a book about it called The Pitch That Killed that I haven't read yet, but it's definitely on my list. Really good book. Is what I've heard. A book that I have read that I can highly recommend. Let's talk some baseball books. Ball 4 is an amazing book that got the writer of the book, Jim Bouton, basically blackballed from Major League Baseball. Because he talked about all the things that players did behind closed doors. God damn it, you were just doing better, and then your stupid shoulder inflammation got worse. You're a jerk. I lost a train of thought, sorry. He would talk about players doing drugs, players sleeping with lots and lots and lots and lots of women. And just these things that you weren't supposed to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry, I wanted to check and see if I wanted to call someone up for the spring training roster. Hausman, yes. And we'll say Reed, yes. And then you can build the staff for me, and so can you. And it's a really good book. It's entertaining. It's honest. It just follows the Seattle Pilots for a season, and then it follows another short period of Jim Bouton's career. But it's really funny. Absolutely funny. It's hilarious. I really recommend it. Another hugely important baseball book is Moneyball, written by Michael Lewis. And it shows how the Oakland A's did something no one else was doing at the time. Drafting college players, finding cheap free agents that let them succeed despite a pretty terrible market and a very low payroll. And the A's still succeeded year in and year out. Very popular book. Not just because Michael Lewis is actually just a brilliant writer. Blindside's a really good book, as is The Big Short. But this particular book kind of changed the way people looked at baseball. Really well done. Highly recommended. Indian-centric. The Curse of Rocky Colavito was very funny. It was written before the 1994 season. Which, as any fan of baseball history knows, was a strike season. The players went on strike in 1994. Which was sad, but at the same time, it turned out that the next year the Indians made the playoffs for the first time in, 40 years. No, that's not right, because the Indians made the playoffs in 1954, and they made it in 1995. So yeah, 41 years. And then they made the playoffs a bunch of times in the 90s, but never won the World Series, which was sad. It wouldn't be a new season without Hank Sauer being injured. But, those are really good books. Jane Levy wrote a great biography of Sandy Koufax. That's extremely highly recommended. David Halberstam wrote a book about the Boston Red Sox that talked about Ted Williams and Bobby Doerr and Johnny Pesky and a fourth player whose name escapes me at the moment. Not Carl Yastrzemski, because it was before Yastrzemski. Ted Williams, Bobby Doerr, Johnny Pesky. I don't remember the fourth player. But in any case, it's a book about how these four men had played together with the Red Sox and how they lived. I actually don't remember the name of the book, for which I apologize. But it's a really good book. But that'll do it for now, both for my list of baseball books and for this episode. Please join me with the next episode. We're going to give World Series one more shot. I was feeling good about our lives until Bob Feller had a setback and we lost Sears for the first month or so of the season. But we'll persevere, I hope. But for now, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Feel free to share your own favorite baseball books. I'm always interested in reading a new book, and yeah. There's a chance I've already read it, but if I haven't, definitely something I might want to read. But until then, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.